Well, away from the FDI debate, news just coming in. The Indian couple in Norway has been given a jail sentence under Section 219 of Norwegian Penal Code. The father, Chandrasekhar, has been awarded a prison term of 1 year and 6 months, while the mother, too, has been sentenced to a year and 3 months in jail. So that's the latest coming in. Norway court announcing its verdict just a while ago. Our correspondent Lavina Tandon now joins us on the phone line from Oslo. Lavina, just take us through the details first.
The judgment, as you know, is that they have been found guilty under Norwegian Penal Code 219 and been given the sentence of 1 year 6 months for Chandrasekhar and 1 year 3 months for Anupama. The defense has already planned to appeal this verdict in a higher court on the grounds that there is not enough evidence to prove that the couple are guilty of using violence to threaten their children. Another ground of appeal is humanitarian ground of appeal, under which they are going to say that the couple should be let out of the prison, which is a norm in Norway, while a trial and an appeal is going on.
All right, Lavina, just stay with us. Let's also quickly get a reaction now from Mridula Chanduri, who joins us from Hyderabad. Mridula, as we know, the children are with the grandparents here in Hyderabad. The family must be heartbroken with the news that's just come in.
Absolutely. They were hoping that at least for the mother, that is Anupama, they will show some consideration. They were doing a lot of research on cases like this, and they were hopeful that for a mother who has a 2-year-old, she has left back here in Hyderabad, that there will be some more consideration, though they were, in fact, they were hoping that the sentencing would not be as harsh as what they have seen now. But they were hoping that at least mother would be let off leniently, but that hasn't happened. So they're very, very unhappy because ultimately the people who are managing the kids are just uncles and aunts and grandparents who who are not able to really take care of their needs. And that is the primary concern. And now they are worried how will they take care of them for over a year now. They're in fact, the family here was completely heartbroken, and we in fact first broke the news to them that this was indeed the sentencing had taken place in Norway. And since then, Chandrasekhar in fact called his nephew Shailendra here in Hyderabad. For a minute they could speak over the phone, where Chandrasekhar conveyed that the prosecution's a recommendation of sentencing was in fact taken into consideration. And what we understand from the family is that Chandrasekhar felt that the appeals that were made by the defense were not even considered, that they were unhappy with the fact that their appeals were not taken into consideration or even heard. And that is what they're very disappointed with, and they're hopeful that if they go to appeal in a higher court, maybe that they will be heard better.
All right, Mridula, just stay on with us. We're getting a word in from Oslo from our correspondent Lavina Tandon, who's been reporting extensively on this case. Lavina, just take us through what really happens next. As you were telling us, they've already filed an appeal?
No, they will be, because the verdict is just out. They will be filing an appeal, and it will be on all probability tomorrow. The grounds, as I've already specified. Now, the defense also thinks that the entire case was not really well heard, and the doctor who was called to summon to assess the marks on the child was actually only saw it on the photograph and did not examine the child really. So there is not enough evidence to say that the child was threatened, was beaten by a belt, and was burnt by a spoon. So on these grounds, they're saying that the parents are not guilty. The second thing is that the social services had already assessed the entire case and given the children back to the parents. So why should then this whole thing be prolonged? Because the whole process was designed to protect the children, and in the whole entire scenario, the only people suffering are really the children. So on these grounds, the defense is going to file an appeal, and they think that because it's going to be in a higher court, they will be better heard, and they think that this time nobody really heard them very well. They had already made up their minds. So in a higher court, possibly they have a better chance.
All right. So does the defense feel that they're going to underscore on the point that there are cultural differences and perhaps there was a misunderstanding on those grounds? And do they expect that when they go to higher court and with this appeal, the case would probably be heard, would be seen from that prism?
Yes, they think that it's not only a matter of cultural differences not being taken into consideration. There is also language barrier, which has been a very big thing, which has created a communication gap in understanding these cultural differences. The translation of the entire documents presented in the case has not been provided in English to the couple. The second thing is Telugu or the person translator has not been provided by the court, by the prosecution, because of lack of funds apparently. So these are all these things which will be addressed in the higher court.
All right.
And so they have a better chance, they think, in the higher court, and they're very strong in believing that the couple had the best interest in looking after the child, and they could not handle the child, and they wanted help which they did not get in time. And when they got the help, the police took them to trial and away from the child, which is detrimental for the child.
Lavina Tandon, Mridula Chanduri, thank you both for joining us. An 18-month jail term for the father, 15-month for mother, the Indian couple who were arrested in the Norway child abuse case. The verdict just came out a while ago from Oslo. Let's listen in to some of the relatives' reactions that have come in.
Yeah. Just now I got a call from my uncle saying that the prosecutor's sentence, what he expected, that 1.6 years and 1.3 years for my aunt, have been taken into consideration, and they've been put down under sentence. That's it. Really, it's a very big distracting situations for our family members.
So you're gonna challenge it, or you will move to higher court?
Yeah, there is a chance of appealing in the next court. We are going to do that also. We're going to discuss with the lawyer, the neighbors and the witnesses who are there. They're going to discuss on it. Yeah.
Any information on what the chances of getting a bail?
I don't think so. There are such kind of bails and all, but we are going to appeal. That's for sure.
And what was your ground for the whole argument, during our whole argument?
Yeah, I find there must be some long discussion that should have been happened. More support from the government should be there. See, the matter is going very good at the time of Friday and Thursday. It was good, but after that, I think the support from the government is somewhat delayed.